Hello, good morning everyone. Hello, good morning. Thought I'd do something a little bit different on Moonstone Emporium today. Had this crazy idea that I would record myself doing the daily angel card reading. Crazy, I know, because I'm a bag of nerves now, so bear with me. I've tried to explain how I do the angel cards before, and I don't know if everybody really understands how I do them, because I just have my own way of doing it. As we work with spirit, we find our own ways of doing things. The nice thing about Moonstone angel readings is they are a new reading every day. We have the images of the cards on file so that we can share them with you, but every single reading actually comes from me doing it this way. Okay, to begin with, before I do any readings, I always ask, I'll just say what I normally say. Dear Great and Divine, I ask that you bring the angels in around me so that I may help others to help themselves. I ask that the messages that come forward are full of honesty, integrity, and with good intention. I ask all of this with love and light. Okay, now my cards are always divided. I always have my influence cards. I have my influence cards, and I also just ordinary cards. They're just 2 packs that have been mixed together. No archangels, just influences. That's a bit of a funny one to show you, but anyway, trust me. And I have my archangels all together. These are all archangels, upside down, turn them around. See, I'm no good when it comes to cameras, but you can see they're all the ones we had up yesterday was there. Okay, so the first thing I do, I believe in humour, and I think the angels are used to me having humour, so I always say to them before I start, okay, which one of you's angels wants to come out and play with me today? And then I start to shuffle. You know, it's always nice to shuffle, it's always nice to get that energy, and just to feel the energy flowing through the cards, connect with the cards. I'm going to stop waffling for a minute because I just want to stop being nervous and just really connect. Okay, I'm going to shuffle here. Keep shuffling and see what my shuffling brings me. Da, 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 da. I won't sing because that won't be very fair on you. Sometimes a card will jump out, sometimes it won't, but you know, sometimes you find yourself shuffling for a little while. That's okay. It's a bit embarrassing when you have a client and you're doing this, but they'll play with me eventually when they're ready. I know they will. Come on, which one of you guys is going to come out? Okay, I'm getting a really nice feel for this card, so I'm going to put this card down. That's my archangel. Okay, now I take the influences. So the first card we've got is Archangel Raziel. Okay, I will share this card later with the title that I choose for it. I will explain that to you. Now, sometimes I go on and I choose another one of the influence cards. Sometimes I choose 2. It really depends on how I feel. And today, because I want to do a proper demonstration, I really want to pick more than one. So I'm asking them, I'm saying to them, if it's okay, I just want to be in control today, please give me 2. So let's see what comes up. So it's shuffling away again. Oh, what are they doing to me today? Okay, there's my next card. I had a lovely feel to that card. Really felt like it was almost buzzing as I sort of touched it. Now my cards are feeling cold. Got a card dropped out. Okay, great. We'll see what that one is. That's my 3rd one. Okay, but do you know something? Because it is a demonstration, I'm going to be really greedy, and I'm going to say, come on guys, you know, that one dropped out, and I love the way that one dropped out, but it would be nice to see if I could get a 3rd. Am I going to get a 4th? Am I going to get a 4th? Now I could do a really good reading if I get a 4th one, because I can give lots of details. The more you get, it's like a book, and the more pages you've got to the book, the more story you've got to it. No, I'm not going to get enough. So they want me to do a little short book. Ha ha ha. They don't know me very well, do they? Okay, so here we have it. We have 3 cards, 1 Archangel and 2 influence cards. Archangel Raziel is the mystic of the angels. When he comes in around us, he brings in the signs that we need. He comes around people on their spiritual path, and he just helps people to connect with their spiritual side. So I know that this card is meant for people on the light worker path. It could be meant for people who maybe just haven't got confidence in what they're doing and what their abilities are, and maybe need to have that little bit of confidence. It's about looking out for signs. It's about seeing the signs coming in. Also, Archangel Raziel, it should never be forgotten that he is the archangel who connects in with past lives. And quite often, especially if you're on a spiritual path, you find yourself born with all these ideas and feelings, you know, seeing spirit from childhood, getting a sense of things that maybe you don't feel your peers are getting a sense of. And you kind of wonder where all these come from. But a lot of these gifts actually come from past lives. And the other thing that happens when you are that way, you tend to hide it because you tend to be afraid. And, you know, you don't want to be different. You don't want to stand out. So it's always worth remembering that when you work with Archangel Raziel, that he could also be bringing you things from a past life as well. Gifts, lessons, things like that you've learned. Which kind of really brings us nicely. See, I cheat because I'm looking ahead. It brings us nicely to the next card, which is the influence card, and it's the card of peace. Okay, so this shows me that this card, this message today is really about connecting with your spiritual side is the only way really to find true peace. Okay, you know, a lot of people, they end up down a path that really wasn't their path. It was either what their family thought was right for them, or it's what they thought was right. It was the quickest way to earning lots of money, or you know, just something. And these people tend to be successful, and you tend to look at them and think, well, they've got everything, but they're not happy, they're not fulfilled, and they're always looking for something to challenge them. There's always a gap. And you know, quite often it's because they have been born, as I'm saying, with these past lessons, these past feelings, and they feel there's something missing in their life. So, you know, if that resonates with you as I'm saying it, take that on board. It doesn't mean that you have to give up, you know, the job that's bringing in a real safe salary or anything like that. It doesn't mean you've got to go and live in a cave on a mountainside and become a hermit. It just means that you have to embrace a little bit more what you really are and what you brought into this life with you. And that's the only way you're going to find peace. And if you don't, you're always going to feel unfulfilled, or you're going to feel like there's something missing, you know, a piece of the jigsaw puzzle missing. And so that's in the present, and that's what it's telling you to do, and that's what Archangel Raziel is saying to you today. He's saying to you, you know, come on guys, you know, start listening to those signs. There's no such thing as a coincidence, you know. If you keep getting these signs, if you keep walking into a room and seeing 11:11 on a clock, no, that's, you know, that's a light worker wake-up call. Jump to it. So we're going to move on to the future card. See, if I was reading this for a client, it would be past, present and future. And your future card here, it's really, you know, it kind of explains itself really. It's the angel of self-worth. Okay, and that is what this is about. You know, it's about actually gaining that sense of self-worth. As you gain that sense of self-worth, I just really feel like I want to carry on shuffling here today, sorry. But as you gain that sense of self-worth, what it actually does, it actually helps you to, it helps you having a self-worth in yourself, knowing that accepting all that you are can help you in so many other areas of your life. You know, light workers, as I'm saying, don't have to be professional healers, don't have to be professional mediums, psychics, empaths, anything like that. You know, they can quite often be carers in a home, or doctors, or even teachers. You know, they can come in all walks of life. You know, they can be a girl who sits on a factory assembly belt, but, you know, always has that knack of knowing when somebody needs that little bit of TLC, or that little bit of an ear to listen to them, or something. Okay, we've got another card jumped up. Okay, and it's the card, it's the Angel of Union. Now, this is a lovely card, okay, and I would say when I look at this card, what this is telling me, this is almost like Archangel Raziel is making this promise to you that if you work with him, he'll work with you, and that the partnership is blessed and destined for greatness if you work together. The angels never ever interfere. They always wait to be invited. But like I always say to people, they're only ever a prayer away. So what I would do if I felt that this card was resonating with me, if I was listening to this and thinking, yeah, that's me, I feel more spiritual, I want to open up more, I want to develop further, but I don't really know how to, I would spend some time doing some quiet meditation, first of all, and I would ask Archangel Raziel to come around me. Why am I holding this? Because this is crystal. It's a clear quartz, and it's the crystal that's associated with Archangel Raziel. So whenever I ask him, whenever I work, there's always so much crystal around me. There's always quartz around me. There's always moonstone around me, you know. But what I would say, I would definitely hold a piece of clear quartz, whether it's something like this, which is lovely to just hold in your hands. It's more like a worry ball for me, this one. Or whether it's just your simple, you know, these points that we can pick up anywhere. Just hold it in your hand and just say that prayer. Just ask him to come round and help you to understand the signs that are coming. Say that, you know, you're willing to accept this partnership. Okay, that, you know, you want this partnership with him. You want to work with him to further develop who you are so that you can have peace of mind. Okay, so if I've done this very quickly today, you can probably hear I don't like being filmed, but what I would say is if I was doing this as my moonstone reading for the day, obviously I would dedicate it to Archangel Raziel. And then I would look at the other cards that have come up, two that have jumped out, so he's really wanted us to have these. And I would say, okay, I've got to make a title up out of this. So the title for this, I would say, is Acknowledging Your True Self. Okay, and that's something a lot of light workers don't do. It's something a lot of people who are spiritual find really, really hard, myself included. I've had whole chunks of my life where I've hidden this. Some people I still hide it from, amazingly enough. You know, I think many of us have had many lives before where we've probably been prosecuted and punished and made to feel bad because of who we are. I have a natural fear of fire. I can't watch anybody being burned at a stake, so I don't think you really, even in a film, you know, like if you watch a film or something, I will scurry out the room. So I would say you don't need to be a detective maybe to work out some of my past lives and probably what I've been through and the reason for this fear, and that's probably the same as what you've got. But the more you ask Archangel Raziel to work with you, the more you accept who you are, the more you're going to find that peace of mind, the more you're going to grow in self-worth. You're going to stop undervaluing yourself. That's going to go into all areas of your life. It's going to go into your career. It's going to go into your relationships. It's just going to go into your general well-being. And, you know, this card jumped out. I really, you know, I thought I'd finished and then I just had this urge that I really wanted to do another card. And this card jumped out, and I really think when I look at this, I take this as confirmation, okay, that Archangel Raziel is asking someone out there to work with him, to work as a light worker, to develop further and see where that path takes them. Okay, with that, I've come to the end of the reading. I want to say thank you to you all for putting up with my screechy voice. I might do more of these in the future. There's a lot of changes coming to Moonstone Emporium, so watch out. It's lovely connecting with you all, and I wish you all a very happy New Year.